thing I'd like to do, the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to make a concerted effort on answering some of your questions and your struggles. And then I'm going to get into showing you my favorite 3 videos and some other pieces and parts as we move on into this and kind of get things rolling. First of all, I was touched by any and all emails that I received because you're real. What you're saying is absolutely totally spot on and from the heart, and it touched me to frankly to hear it, to see it, to listen to it, and I was moved by you, frankly. And so I want to address a couple things, and then I want to ask you some questions, and then I want to show you something today. It'll help you, I know. First of all, one of you struck me with something that was really strong and actually was frankly touched my heart a little bit. And as I was reading different things like, your thoughts on international and if you knew people there and your love for the products and all sorts of stuff, it actually helped teach me. I believe the greatest teachers are the greatest learners, right? And so I was learning from you and I started really understanding a few pieces and parts here. And someone said, I'm not sure if my why is big enough. Well, here's the thing. I want to make sure you hear this. Whatever your why is, why are you in this business? That's yours. That's personal. That's the part that you add to the system that exists. Remember, I have this little motto. I say system plus spirit equals success. Well, it's that middle piece, that spirit. That's the action that you take. That's your why. That's why you're here. That's what it means to you. Some people have a very, very high end why, and it's and some people it's really simple, like just helping others. That's big, though, guys. That's big. Whatever your why is your personal engagement here. Some people it might be health. Some people it might be wealth. Some people it might just be to help a lot of people. Some people it might just be you like to have a place. You feel connected here and this is important to you. That's okay. Whatever your why is yours. It can't be wrong because it's yours. It's personal. It belongs to you. Had a lot of people talk to me about, the real difficulty is time scheduling. I get it. Here's what I want you to do. And I've taught this a long time, okay? Back up from your goals a little bit. I don't want you to go away from them, but I want you to bring them in to where you can achieve them. Let's just say, and this is ridiculous what I'm about to say, okay? But let's just say that you backed it up to 2 hours a week. You still can't do it. You backed it up to an hour a week. You still can't schedule it. You backed it up to a half hour a week. You still can't do it. You backed it up to 15 minutes a week for your Akana business, and that you can achieve. It's important, hear me out. It's important that you're able to achieve your goals. Don't set goals you cannot achieve because then you're literally embedding inside of your own heart a feeling of failure. I don't want that to happen. I want you to feel successful. I want you to know that you're hitting your goals. And if you're not hitting your goals, take your goal dream back just a shade. Doesn't mean you're not going to go there eventually, but take it back a shade. There was a statistical study done. It's been some years ago now, and it was in network marketing. And a group of people that had failed in business all had extraordinary goals. They were going to do so many hours a week. They're going to make so many calls, so many contacts, but they kept failing day after day, week after week. And what they did was they established a culture in their mind of failure. I can't do this. And by having that I can't do mentality, they didn't do. But there was a group of people, and this was part of the test study. They just marked it back, and they didn't even use 15 minutes. They used 5 minutes. You're going to spend 5 minutes a week on your business. Every one of them had a level of success. 5 minutes in a week. And it's not because all you need is 5 minutes, but it's because they developed a culture and a mindset of success. Met my goal, met my goal, met my goal. And while the other team was missing, failing, missing, failing, missing, failing. They set up their own failure. Like right now, if I said, you know what, I'd like to run the 100-yard dash in 9 seconds. Well, no kidding. But I got news for you. Unless somebody shoots me out of a cannon, I'm not going 100 yards in 9 seconds anywhere. The truth is, we've got to set a goal that makes sense. This goes for everything: business, health, all of it. Set goals that you can achieve, and then your mindset is a mindset of victory, not failure. And through a mindset of victory, you attract people. Man, that is a big time thing. People are attracted to people who are successful. People are attracted to people who literally have a mindset of success. So I'm answering the question on time, because a lot of people are like, I don't have the time, or time, life gets in the way and all. Man, I totally get it. It does. But if you'll set reasonable, doable things that you know you can do, and here's how you measure it: if you don't get it done, back it up. If you don't get that done, back it up. Back it up until the goal that you have set for yourself for this week is so doable, it's like falling off a log. You can do it every time. And then it starts to construct a mindset of success, of getting it done, of reaching a goal. That mindset is where success in direct sales is born. It is not born out of failure, but it is born out of victory. So you make sure your goals are something that you can attain. There's nothing wrong with having lofty goals. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'd like to be way out here and do that. That's okay to set those. But what I'm saying to you is set your daily schedule so that you can achieve. If you have failed meeting your schedule in this business more than you have succeeded meeting your schedule, you are presently failing in this business. If you reach your goals, no matter if they're 5 minutes in 1 week, but if you reach those consistently, you'll start to see a shift in your business, because a mindset of victory and success attracts like-minded people, or people that at the very least want to have what you have. It's that simple. Make your goals achievable. Okay? Because I got that almost every single email I got. That was part of the struggle. Was I can't hold my time, I can't do the time, I get it. I totally and completely get it. Now I'm actually looking at your emails, right? I printed every one of them. Okay? I highlighted them. I took notes on them. I prayed over them. I looked at every single one of these and I read them. Some of you are a one sentence kind of person. Some of you are a page, paragraphs kind of person. Love it all. Love it all. So I walk through this again, and I'm looking at some of the power of this. And I want to touch base. I don't want to beat this to death, but I want to touch base on this. If you're like me, your schedule is unpredictable. If you're like me, what happens in the next hour, I couldn't tell you. Things are going to happen. Calls are going to come in. People are going to stop by. I'm going to get a call from the hospital. So, there's any number of things can happen. And here we go. Okay, here we go. I get it. I totally get it. And I understand. The truth is that I don't set hours. I set minutes. I don't put a 12 o'clock or a 1 o'clock or a 3 o'clock. I say sometime today, I'm going to fit in X amount of time. Sometime today, I'm going to fit this in. What I'm about to tell you might be a little crazy. You might not want to do it. But eventually, my phone doesn't ring anymore. Could be 11 o'clock at night, could be 12 o'clock. My phone stops ringing, things stop happening, and then I can get a little bit of work done. I'll pick my people, I'll do my stuff, I'll go through the process that I do. And then I might even send a few emails. Now, I'm not going to wake somebody up, but I might send a few emails. Early the next morning, I might send the rest of them. I'm going to fit it in where I can. Sometimes I get frustrated because if I set something for 1 o'clock, and those of you that know me well know I struggle because this call is going to go long, or that's going to happen, or I didn't get back from wherever I was. A lot of those things happen. So I don't set particular times. I set minutes. I'm going to work 15 minutes here. I'm going to work 30 minutes here. I'm going to try to fit this into my day. If I'm going to get, let's just say I'm going to get an hour and a half in today. I'm not going to say when. I don't pressure myself like that because I'm setting up a mindset of failure if I do that. I miss that appointment. I miss that time. And I'm like, oh man, here we go again. I just say, I'm going to put this time in. And like I told you, if I find out in a week or two, I'm not making it, I'm backing that time up. I said I was going to work 3 hours. I can't make it. You know what? How about an hour? How about I get an hour of work done in Akana this week? Hold on. The gurus will tell you, no, man, you got to, come on. This is supposed to be a business of time freedom, not just financial freedom, but time freedom. It's not supposed to make your life worse. It's supposed to make your life better. It's not supposed to take your time. It's supposed to give you time. You got to build the business, though. And how do you do that? Through your mindset of achieving small, bite-sized pieces, little goals. You heard me say it before. How do you eat a chocolate elephant? One bite at a time. You can't look at the whole thing and say, I'm going to eat that elephant today. You're going to be sick. Okay? You try that. One little piece at a time. Start positive here. In your mind. Achieve the goals. In your mind, not in your schedule. In your mind. Know you can. Know you're going to, and go do it and pick it up. And when you do, praise yourself. Say, thank goodness I did it this way. I'm happy I made this happen. And then give glory to the right place, to your Father. The truth is that you got to know this. Schedules break. Goals are rarely, if ever, achieved. Set something doable and have victory in it. Okay? That's the answer to that question, which was on about every single page. No joke. No joke at all. Okay? This is a little bit tougher, this one here. This is a struggle, and many of you mentioned it. So I'm taking the highlights of all the leads combined. So I probably won't get to every single question because some of it is, well, I'll talk about that in a minute. This is about, it takes money to make money. Okay? One of the things that happens in this business is you're spending this much money and you're making this much money. That only works for so long, unless you got all kinds of expendable cash and you could just keep that up forever. But nobody enjoys that. Eventually, you want to see this. You want to see the money you're spending catching up, right? The money that you want to see you want to see it even out so that you at least get to a break-even position where you're making as much money as you are spending, and then it's all on the bank after that. If you continue to keep it up and you continue to grow and so on and so forth. Now, I don't know if everyone's familiar with this word, but let me speak it out loud. There's a word called attrition. Attrition means people quit. And I got news for you, that will never change. People quit. People quit businesses. People quit churches. People quit. It's for various reasons. We cannot control that. That is out of our control. And let's all agree right now that the things that are in our control, we will control. The things that are out of our control, we will not worry about. Now, can you keep people excited? Can you send them stuff? Can you keep them more engaged? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the fact is that, and you can lower your attrition rate by communication and by all those types of things. But this is very important right here. By maintaining your group and by continuing to teach them and train them appropriately on our system, that it's not as hard as people make it out to be. It really is about a few people. And it really is about helping them. And it really is about developing a relationship. Originally, network marketing was all about the net. It was all about catching a bunch of people. Okay? But after years and years and years, we realized it wasn't the net and catching a lot of people. It was keeping those people. It was holding on to what you have. And the only way to do that, and they started calling it this, is relationship marketing. You will have to either develop a relationship before the sale, during the sale, or after the sale, but you should have a good relationship and you should talk to people. You should help people. You should invite people to do stuff. You should create a situation. Now, how hard is that? Well, it's not hard if you follow the system, because we're only talking about a few people. And they're only talking about a few people. And those people are only talking about a few people. And so the whole thing is a family, but you're responsible for what you're responsible for. A lot of high-powered leaders have so many people that they have personally brought into something or done something with, they can't actually help them all. They're doing them a disservice, because we have to take care of what we have. Okay? I would love to take care of this entire community's children, all of them. I like to feed them, clothe them, make sure that they all are going to go to school, do whatever. I'd like to do all that. But I have responsibility to my own children, now my grandchildren. And so I'm focused on the things that I can do. It's very important to me. And I feel like this is high level stuff from the standpoint of just a mindset once again. It seems too easy for people when you say you just got to take care of a few who follow suit. It seems too easy. Yet the most powerful entrepreneurs on the planet have done it this way, because people stay with you. When you have a relationship and when you're growing together and doing business together, people stick, they stay. And they're very family oriented to you, perhaps our family, but they're very close to you and you are close to them, and it works this way. So go back to the original question. You got to spend money to make money. Yeah, but not as much as you think. Not as much as you think. Don't be sucked in to the people that tell you, you better buy this and you better buy that and you buy. Well, the more you do that, the higher this bar gets, okay? And the more money you actually need to make in order to get to break even. Can you start here instead and then make this much money? Then if we want to up our game, let's up it and then make that money. So many people jump in and go, I'm going to start here. Now we got a long space to make up. Be okay with someone and be okay with yourself to start in a smaller place and grow. And if that's the way you do this, then teach the people that you're with to do this. I left the age a long time ago of forcing people into situations that they can't afford because I care about them. I want them to come in and do what they can do where they are. Otherwise, once again, I've done them a disservice. I got to care more about the people than I do the process. And I got to make sure that the people are okay. Now we're building a team, and that is the heartbeat of this industry. Now we're building a family, and that's the heartbeat of this industry. Keep the money real. Don't overburden yourself. Be careful of gurus who want to charge you a big bunch of money. I told you the guys that made all the money in the gold rush were the dudes selling the shovels, okay, and the pans. They made a fortune. Some people hit it rich, but those tool salesmen, gotta watch those guys, okay? You either make money on network marketing or you make money in network marketing, right? Show me somebody who's selling valuable tools and they're all that in a bag of chips. First question I'm going to ask them is what company you in? How much money you making, man? Not on tools now. Tell me how you're doing. You got to walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. Okay? So, you got that? Now, I think this is a very important question also. Some people, you've got distributors who just aren't interested in growing a business. You went out, you got people, they're on products. They're not interested in building a business. Well, I got news for you, and it is what it is. They're officially not distributors. They're customers. And that's if they order product. If they don't order product, they're neither. You got to let it go. Love them, send them information, help them. But if they're not ordering product, they're not in the business at all. If they're ordering product, but they don't have any interest in doing anything, coming in calls, building, they're customers, and you need customers. That's good. But we're looking for business partners for you. And so the base of this training is to let go of what isn't. Let's focus on and move forward with what is and can be. Love them, need those customers, and that's okay. And let them do the things that they feel like they need to do. But you're running a business and it's different. Okay? It's very, very important. And I think that's a crucial piece of this too. I addressed that already. Let's see here. Okay, I addressed that. Hang on a second. It's interesting because all your struggles boil down into close to the same stuff, right? It's just the way this is. Now, some of you have stuff that I can't help you with. Okay. It's things have happened to you. You've lost database or things like that have affected your business and stuff like that. And I'm sorry. Part of me praying over these was praying that you would have success recovering some of that information and doing those things. And so while I can't necessarily help you with those types of things, I hear you and I'm praying for you. Okay. By name. And it's very, very important that you hear that because we serve a God who can take care of that. Right. And I'm going to start praying right away. Maybe we all should pray for each other. Right. One of the things that sometimes is an issue for those of us that are in a little bit more of the mature generation. Sometimes computer skills are an issue. Okay, having really high level computer skills. That's a tough one because I don't want to say we don't learn as fast. We just don't want to, maybe. I don't know what it is. It's an issue where taking that kind of time to develop those kind of skills is time we got to take away from our business and so on and so forth. I'll tell you what I have done. Okay. Some of you might have this vision of me that, I'm sitting in front of the computer and, and there's, data flying everywhere and I'm, the mad scientist. No. I have team members, longtime team members that are better at stuff than I am. We put together in our mind a system where we say, hey, look, I'm going to take care of that for you. And you do this part for me and I'll do this part. We're a business. When I bring someone into a business, I interview them like it's a job because guess what? It's my business. my business. I'm the CEO, just like you, of your own personal business, home-based business. And you have to take that stuff seriously. Now, you have to learn a few things. You don't have to learn a lot. I know it's surprising, but I'm going to show you this app here again, and I've added some things to it for you. It's not hard. It's not hard. And by the way, I don't mind ever helping somebody privately learn how to download that and do some things. And Dr. Roz is great at it. I'm going to talk her into doing more app stuff for you guys because she is so good. And the truth is that if you have a few skills, you can do this business. A few skills and you can do this business. You don't need to be a computer whiz. Now, if you struggle like my father did, he's in heaven now, but if you struggle like my father did, he didn't know how to turn that thing on. I had to put a Post-it note on it with an arrow. I mean, I had to go to great lengths to help him out. Okay. But that's okay too. You got to start somewhere. And then eventually he got really smart and just said, "Can you do this for me?" And I said, "Yes." Sometimes you have to ask for help. And I know in a way that's what some of you are doing. And so that's why I'm here. Okay. We'll help you. We'll guide you through it. We'll do whatever we got to do to get you to where you need to go. As far as computer skills go, you only need a few things. And I'll show you one of those here shortly. Yeah, building a consistent base of customers. I want to talk about this a little bit. That's tough. That is not easy. But what do we mean by that exactly? Do we mean people buying? Do we mean people that we're talking to? See, there's three different pieces to this. Piece number one is people that you want to buy product from you on a regular basis. That's called a sale, okay? And you've made a sale and you're keeping them. That's really about not losing them at that point. It's not about getting them, it's about not losing them. A wise man once said, we spend a big part of our life trying to make a bunch of money, and then we spend the rest of our life trying to keep it. Okay? The truth is that it's about, once you've got the customer, it's about developing a program of communication and constant, excitement about that for them to keep them engaged. It's not about hitting them up to make them spend more money. Hear that out loud. Because that becomes the thing that you do, you're going to run them away. They're being badgered too much. Let them make their own choices. Let them fall in love with the product. Get them on a product. Get them excited about it. Show them the specials. There's nothing wrong with showing them stuff. Don't be pushy. Let them make their own decisions. A customer that makes their own decision is a customer that will stay. A customer that feels forced, when hard times hit, first thing that goes, that stuff. They're not going to sacrifice the light bill for this. Okay? So that's one thing. The second piece is actually getting your customer in the business. That is almost exactly the same as getting a distributor in the business. It's introducing the products to them, introducing the health and wellness piece to them, and making sure that you give them an opportunity. And by the way, I'm going to touch this in a minute in detail. And then the other thing is generating that name or that lead that you want to generate in hopes that they'll have some interest. That's totally different. That's called lead generation or interest generation. So we'll talk about all of it as I go through this app in a second, because I think all of that's important and that will address all of that. One of the incredible questions is, I'm struggling getting people on the calls. I'm struggling getting people on the calls. Well, that's on you. It's not easy. It's hard, in fact, if you must know, to get people to commit a small segment of time to hop on a call like this. Because their want and desire is not in the place that it needs to be to attend something like this. They're not there yet. So it's really not about getting them on the call. It's about getting them in a place of desire for their own health, for their own wealth, for their own well-being. And some people will and some people won't. Your job is to find the people that have a desire to make a change. They might not have it this week. They might have it next week. They might want to find a new way to create an ongoing income in their life that'll change their life next month, but not this month. Life changes and life goes on. I'm sorry I don't have an easier answer for that. I don't make my invitations long. I don't. I literally say things like this. I'd like you to jump on a call and check something out. I value your opinion. Do you got a half hour or so tonight? I don't ever do anything a week out, like next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, because forget it. I'll be lucky to remember that. I usually give them a same day advance. I'll get things like, oh, I can't tonight because I got this or that or the other thing going on. That's okay. We got one on Saturday. Could you come to it? Which I usually get this at that point. Because if they answer my question with I can't tonight, then it means, they're doing something we call practice avoidance. They're avoiding a little bit. And then I say, well, what about Saturday? I'm not begging anybody. What I'm trying to do is see if they've got any interest at all. Because if they say, oh, I don't know, Saturdays, I'm done with that one. Because they just now made it what I call a double excuse. And a double excuse is a no. I hate to say it to you, but a double excuse is a no. Let it go and go on to the next thing. But if they say, you know what, Saturday's okay. Okay, great. Or if they say, no, but are you going to do this call again next Thursday? Are you going to do the same thing next Thursday? Yeah. Now we've got something, right? Because they might really actually have a scheduling issue, but they haven't got enough interest to come back at you. Now, don't expect that to happen a lot, but it does happen. More often than not, you'll know that it's a no, or more often than not, you'll know that it's a yes simply because you'll say, what time is it? 8 o'clock tonight. You want me to three-way you in, man? I'll just call you up and three-way you onto the phone call. Or I can send you the call number and that's, I'll meet you there. So lock in a call with simple things like, I need your opinion. Don't talk about getting them in a business. Don't talk about selling them anything. I need your opinion. If they say, is this network marketing? Say, yes. They say, is this MLM, network marketing, direct sales, something like that? Say, yes, it is. And if they say, no, I don't want anything like that, say, okay. I respect your honest answer. It's okay. Some will even have a weird answer. Like my doctor. My doctor had a weird answer when I talked to him about network marketing and my particular business, wanting him to come to a call. My doctor said, oh, before I do anything like that, I'd need to make at least $15,000 a month. I mean, you'd have to show me you can make $15,000 a month or something like this. And I was like, okay. And I pulled a check out of my pocket. That'll either answer the question or scare them to death. The fact is that you just have to ask them your way. If you don't have a money testimonial, you probably got a product testimony for sure. But invite them just for their opinion. And by the way, I mean that stuff. I'm not doing some crazy, oh, I'll get them thing. I actually do want to know what they have to say. I want to know. I absolutely want to know what you think about the business. That's me. When I invite somebody to call, I want to hear what you got to say about it. If you hate it, tell me why. You know why? Because back to the beginning of the call, greatest learners, greatest teachers. I want to learn why you don't like it. Because if I start hearing that consistently, oh, okay. I know how to address people then. It's a bigger deal than you think. We're moving through this, and it's very, very important. I think one of the things too is, and I'm about to address this now, is sometimes I call it IOF. It's ignorance on fire. Sometimes I call it too much information. I personally, on a first introduction to a call, I don't want to sit. I don't want to sit as long as I sit for a movie, listening to something. I don't need all that. I need to know what it is. I need to know if it's something that sounds cool to me, and then I'll take a next step. Let me show you something real quick, and I'm going to try to, if I can, I'm going to try to share this with you. So won't take me but a minute, I hope. And I don't know if I think I've got the access to do this. Yeah, I think I do. So I guess the first thing I want to do is I want to ask you guys, can you see this okay? Can somebody just unmute and say, yeah, we can see it?
Not yet. There you go.
Can you see it okay?
Lifestyle app.
Yes.
Good, good. Now,
Yes,
some of you seen, thank you. Some of you've seen some of this, but let me walk you through the rest of it now. First of all, we've got something called a lifestyle app. It's designed for very, very centered marketing. In other words, it's designed for you to reach out and invite someone or bless someone or teach someone. First thing you need to do is download it. It looks like that in the top left-hand corner of my screen. That's a blurry picture of my dog in the background. You go to the App Store on your mobile device. If you don't know how to do that, ask someone in the business to help you do that on your mobile phone. Download that thing, and it should look like that on your apps. Okay? When you click on that on your phone, it'll open up the actual app. And in your app, move around till you find this page. It might open up on this page. Move around till you find this page and look for the quick send tile. These little squares are all different things. You can click them all and look at them and study them and all that. It's good for your business. But today I want you to look at quick send. It's in the top middle there. You see 1, 2, 3, quick send. You're going to click on quick send. Once you've clicked on quick send, it'll bring up this page. It'll ask you to choose whether or not you're going after a customer or whether you're going for a distributor. For this example, I'm just going to hit distributor. It brings up a series of videos, in this case, 5 videos. Akana overview, CBD testimonials and opportunity, flat belly lifestyle, Akana compensation plan, and then the last one, which is the overall presentation. It's a long presentation. Very good one by Dr. Roz. So it does that. So let's just say for this example, I'm going to click on the picture there of the compensation plan. I'm just going to click right on it. That's the one I want. It brings it up like this now. Now I've got an opportunity here to either share it with someone or open it. If you've not seen it, you should see it for yourself. Okay? Just using this as an example. You should see it yourself first. Make sure it's a fit for what you're trying to do. But I'm going to, instead of opening it, I'm going to say I've already seen it. I'm going to click share. Remember, you're on your phone here. So when I click share, it brings up the options that I have on my phone. Literally, I'm looking now at the way I send texts or Gmails or WhatsApp or anything. I can click any one of those on my phone. I can send a link. I'm going to do it for text. I'm going to click my little text box down there and I'm going to send a text. And it looks like this when it comes to them. I can write other things inside this before I send, or do a follow-up text saying, hey, I just sent you a link. Or I could do a text before saying, I'm going to send you a link. I need your opinion. And I just send it to them. Maybe they requested, I want to know more about your compensation plan. And boom, I'll say, hey, I just sent you a text. It's a professional way to do business. When they click on that link, it brings them straight to the video and they can play it. They can look at it. They can even read it if they're at work or something. See that little thing down there? It says transcript. It says show transcript. They can click on that. They can read the thing. So they don't have to listen to it. They can just read it as it goes through, second by second, minute by minute, as they go through it. That's a big deal to be able to do that. These are my favorite 3. Okay? The first one that you see there is called Flat Belly Lifestyle. It's 2 minutes long. Okay, thereabouts, just 2 minutes. By the way, you find this under the customer tab, but I send this to prospects. Now, sometimes I feel like a prospect needs just a tad more oomph, so to speak, and I'll send them the Flat Belly Lifestyle 4.5 minute long video that looks like that. Remember, these are on your app. They're right there. Going back to the page, and I really like Melissa Boston, our CEO, her overview video. This is about 6 minutes long, right at 6 minutes, a little less, but right at 6 minutes long. And it's a great overview. So it's a tremendous overview. These are the three that I like. Can anybody guess why I like these three besides their great information? I think all our videos are great. Can anybody guess why I like these as an introduction?
Short.
Short. Thank you. They're short. Nobody wants a massive long video. And if you're sending massive long videos, they simply will not be effective. To someone you're just trying to introduce. Have you ever talked to someone in an introduction and they talk you to death? Literally, you learn more about them than you know about a lot of people. By the time they're done and they don't take a breath, nobody likes that as an introduction. Once you get to know someone and you can sit for hours and talk to each other. But the fact is, at first glance, you really need a short, straightforward thing. Does anybody notice a theme here? Does anybody notice, besides being short in these videos, what are you seeing here that I'm focusing on?
Flat Belly Lifestyle.
I am. Now, let me ask you a question. Do I have anything against the CBD products? No, I love them. I absolutely love them. I adore them. But I have to think like a businessman, okay? I have to find a very important thing. By the way, this would be the second video I would show. If they showed any interest in those three, I'd send this one because this is the Akana full presentation. Dr. Roz does it. It's great. It's 38 minutes long. Again, this is a follow-up. If they say, hey, this is interesting, tell me a little bit more, I'll send them this and say, check this out. It's a little longer view for sure, but check it out. And then I'm going to call you later. I would send this as a number 2. Okay. Not a number 1 by any stretch of the imagination. Don't send this. Okay. Because this is crucial to our success. Crucial. A short introduction and then a longer conversation if there's interest. Okay. I would highly suggest that you look at these. By the way, all these are on your Akana app. They're all under the distributor tab, except for the 2-minute Flat Belly, which is under the customer tab, but I'd send it to distributors too. So you noticed it's Flat Belly. And so why wouldn't I send them something about CBD? Why wouldn't I send them CBD testimony? Why wouldn't I send them all the other stuff that goes with it? I want to share with you this. I call this entry point tip of the spear marketing, and it's common marketing all over the world in every industry. You got to get people to enter the front door. If everybody in our company is coming in a different door, back door, side door, this door, that door, garage entrance, everything under the sun, then it's a very confused marketing scheme. Very confused marketing plan. It's a very confused. Do I believe in all of our products? Absolutely. But I have to get people to come through the front door. Why do I choose Flat Belly Lifestyle? Number 1, it worked for me and I love it. Number 2, I'm a stats guy. I believe in stats. The bounce on anything else outside of weight loss and health and wellness is 8 times less. In other words, you'll have 8 times more success using Flat Belly or anything in the weight loss body shape category. Just it's that powerful and it's that popular. And somebody said, well, yeah, there's a million of them out there too. Yeah. Wonder why? Because it's attractive to people to be in better shape than they are. And it has a profound impact on how you do business. If you walk people through that door, you might have more success. Now you may be saying to yourself, no, I'm only CBD. I'm only CBD. Well, good luck with international then, because in many places you won't be able to market at all. In fact, it's getting tougher in the US. That doesn't mean they're going to close it down. It doesn't mean I don't want to dampen anybody's enthusiasm. We'll keep on pounding. We'll keep on pounding that forward. We'll keep on doing it. We'll open those doors. But we've got to have an entry point, tip of the spear, something that'll go through very easily, very sharp, very easily move through to a sale. Much easier than trying to throw something that doesn't have a sharp point on it, something that doesn't have an entry point on it for a lot of people. You'll have more success going through the front door with something that's highly, highly sellable to a large market. You can be passionate about what you can be passionate about. Notice number 3, branching out in product. Then you can say, man, I've been doing this. Let me send you some. I'm going to send you a sample. I'm going to show you how great this is. And so you can move out and branch into other product, but we can't come at the front door side by side, 10 of us at once. We're not going to get through. We have to go through the door, and then we can branch out into the extraordinary lobby. The lobby is extraordinary. Once you get in there, you have a view of what's to come. They literally will come into the business excited about this, and then they'll see, wow, look at, and they'll start to understand who we are just by standing in the lobby. Have you ever gone to a lobby of a great hotel or a cathedral or something? It's like almost like a mini construct of what you're about to see when you walk into the main room. It's the power of a glimpse, the very first glimpse of the business. And they're like, wow, I had no idea you guys had all this going on. Right, because we came through a thin channel, walked them right through the door, and then they were like, whoa. They'll be amazed, surprised, and happy now that they've seen an expansive company before their very eyes. Let them have surprises. Don't tell them everything under the sun. Let them have surprises. When they get the glimpse of this at the very beginning, they're going to go, you got to be kidding me. No, we're not kidding at all. Now, what happens if they don't walk in the front door with you? Well, that's okay. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they won't. But your job is not to force them through the door. Your job is not to put them in a headlock and drag them in. Your job is not to sneak them in the garage door only for the workers. Your job is to literally introduce them to the most amazing company anywhere, anytime, any place. And if they walk through the door, if they do walk in, now you can tell them the rest. Now you can invite them to trainings. Now you can say, this is what you need to do. Now you can do all of those things that you wanted to do. Now you will use this app to assist you with the 5 things that you're trying to do weekly, whether it's texts or emails or calls or a combination. Don't forget to follow up with people. And you saw my recommendation on the follow-up. And remember to keep things very short and simple. Very, very short, very, very, very easy to follow along with. Now, can I, just finish this out by saying this would be a very doable process, but it cannot be done if it will not be done. I hope that makes sense. It can't be done if it won't be done. Okay. And the truth of the matter is that you have to initiate it. You have to put it to work. You have to make it happen. It's up to you. Now, on that last week's call, we had duplicated heavily. And I know people got things to do. It's Saturday. It's all that. But we had duplicated heavily. Let me say this out loud. As you get to know me, you'll know this. Today, I wanted to do a drawing. I wanted to give somebody $100 today. Okay? Just from me personally. But I'm not going to do it. We got to achieve goals. We got to reach heights. We've got to invite people. We got to do what we got to do. We've got to grow. And it's not about me being on a famous call. I don't care if my face is shown on this call at all. I don't care if my name's mentioned. What I care about is creating a successful entity here at Akana with you. And I want to do that. Now, first of all, having this number of people on here is awesome. And I love you for being here. You did it. We've got to start, though, now to duplicate everything. It's not just about duplicating sales. It starts with duplicating calls, duplicating our efforts, duplicating the system, marching forward, duplicating the things that we do. Now, I'd ask this, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. I'd like to hear from about three or so people, because I do have a meeting. My wife just reminded me of it coming up in a little while. But I'd like to hear from about three people. If you'd unmute yourself, tell me your favorite product. Tell me your why Akana. Just give me a little insight on you. You don't have to, only if you want to. Who wants to start with us?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Scott?
sir. Yes.
This is Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
And my why has been and still is health. And that's what it's been. And that's kind of how it's been. But I'm poised now to get to these countries with no money. I don't have no money. I don't really make anything, but I have this great opportunity and this great company to marry up with what I've already been doing. And I have victory in my head because I know that the turtle wins the race. I'm a turtle. And so my why has always been health, and it will still remain to be health because it's a no-brainer. If we have the solution to the health conditions that are going on globally, money is a no-brainer.
Indeed. Thank you, Anthony. Can someone else now?
This is
Hi,
Terry.
Scott.
This is Terry. I want to say, Scott, my favorite product is Akana gummies, the power gummies. And the reason why it's my favorite product is because it helps me to have a sound sleep. And to me, sleep is essential. And I wake up refreshed. In my opinion, sleep is the time that God heals you. And so I want to get all my healing from God. Thank you.
Lovely. Lovely. Who else?
Hi, Scott. This is Tracy. My
Tracy.
why is because at 42, I was having a mental breakdown in my life due to some occupational diseases from my job. And I wind up in a CBD meeting. I am a Christian, and I was like, no way am I doing marijuana. But my answer from God that day, he answered me, it was CBD. And it has totally changed my life and others that I have introduced it to. And my goal is to get others free from pharmaceutical drugs and on to something that has truly changed my life and will do theirs as well.
Hey, that's awesome, you guys. I love it all. And I think that all of you have your why. And again, going back to the beginning of the call, your why is personal to you. That's a very big deal. And that testimonial rings loud and clear. Now, I hope that you see the importance of coming in a single entry. Now, your business may be the way that you do it, but know this, there's challenges with it internationally and other things. I look at the whole picture, bring people in, introduce them to the plethora of products that we have, and know that that is a powerful way to get this done. And remember, scheduling your time isn't scheduling a time. It's scheduling minutes. It's scheduling pieces of your day, and then you fit it in as you go. Folks, I'd love to stick around. I do have an appointment at the top of the hour. I have to attend today. You spent a lot of time with me today. We're going to continue some of this conversation, and I want to show you some of the nuts and bolts next week of pushing through. Let's increase our call number. I'd like to do some drawings for real. I'm not bribing you. I'm just thanking you. And I want to do that. I don't want to draw a name out of the hat for this, that, and the other thing. So let's do that next week just for fun on this call. I'd like to continue training with you, and you're so welcome. I appreciate all of you so much more than you can possibly imagine. God is good. He's going to take care of this. We're going to continue down this path. I want to thank you for putting the kind of time in that you did. It means a lot, a whole lot. I just say goodbye, everyone. God bless you. God bless.